Hi, my name's Courtney Hooton and I'm a PhD student at Royal Holloway. I'm going to be talking you through a study looking at the role of orthography in supporting word learning in noise. So, word learning typically tends to take place in noisier environments, and this could impact word learning in one of two ways. It could be that this background noise is masking the phonological information that we're trying to pay attention to, so we're not getting that clear auditory signal. Or it could be that this additional noise is distracting us from the additional noise that we're trying to pay attention to. So, how could we potentially overcome this? The orthographic facilitation effect is the idea that words are better learned when they are learnt with the written form present. And this could help to mitigate the impact of noise in one of two ways. It could be that this could help to specify impoverished phonological input. So say you're learning the word dog, you think you've heard dog, but you see it written down, and that helps to specify, oh, yeah, it is dog. Or it could be that it's reducing some of the cognitive load around learning a new word by having this additional information present. To test this, we taught 16 made up inventions to adults in an online study, and we manipulated the presence of spelling between participants, and noise was manipulated within participants. We took a series of background measures around reading and vocabulary, and then we taught these 16 words in 3 blocks, and each block consisted of a repetition trial and a production trial. We then tested the word learning using 3 post tests, assessing their picture naming ability, meaning recall, and spelling, and you can see an example of one of our stimuli here. Whilst we did find an effect of orthography in all of the post tests apart from meaning recall, with performance being better in the orthography present condition, we only found an effect of noise in the meaning recall condition, with performance being worse in the noise condition, and we only found an interaction between orthography and noise in the picture naming post test, with the quiet condition performing better than the noise condition, but only when orthography wasn't present, suggesting that the presence of orthography may be able to mitigate the impact of noise for phonological word learning. But overall, we found pretty weak evidence for the ability of orthography to mitigate the impact of noise on word learning, as we were only able to see it for phonological learning. Although we did still find quite strong support for the orthographic facilitation effect, and this is the first study to do so in an online setup. So one of the reasons why we might not have seen what we expected is we embedded noise at quite a low sound to noise ratio. So it could be that we just didn't embed enough background noise to elicit this effect. And because the study was done online, we weren't able to control for what the participants were doing and for any additional background noise. So our next steps would be to try and run this study in person, ideally with children and in a more naturalistic setting, so we can see how this could maybe apply to the classroom and real world vocabulary teaching. If you have any further questions, please feel free to come and see me in the final poster session in the January meeting. And thank you to EPS for funding this work through a new graduate research bursary and for the opportunity to present this poster.